Hello, this is Gene. I wasn't going to have a video before we moved up to Alabama for Thanksgiving, but something happened today that personally I think is a very small issue, but I need to talk about it because it's something I talked about probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, and yesterday or 2 days ago, 2 days ago, Joseph Watson did a video about it, although he's part of this problem as well. Some of you may know that recently, today, there was a picture of Franken apparently touching the boob of somebody, and this woman came out and had to do her story. Now, up front, I don't really care that she's coming out and talking about this. Of course, the veracity of her, how it affected her all these years, I think there's another side that we can talk into that about how women look at this as some way to get back at men in general. But I don't want to go down that. She can go ahead and bring it out. She can have this little video or a photo of him doing it. And I'm certainly not defending what he did, but I'm getting a little sick and tired of both sides getting just when another person that is a different ideology gets this accused, or you have proof of it, that it's like a game. And oh, my guy's worse than your guy. All this really is how to get back at men in general. It's going to bring up the idea that all men are like this, but people just says that he should be going to jail for this. And I'm like, here we go again. These guys, whether you're on the right or the left or in the center, people come out of the woodwork and sit there and say, well, he should be in jail. And then you'll find out eventually that somebody like this, who claim that this is what should happen to him, have something in the past that they would be ashamed about. I'm not saying that he should be shunned, of course. You shouldn't do that to a female that is asleep. Those who haven't seen the video, or excuse me, the actual video, or see it there. Okay, that's Franken. I don't know if he was a senator at that point. I don't know how long he's been in. But either way, they're doing USO shit, and he did something he shouldn't have done. And clearly there were people in there watching it who... Now, the problem you're going to get with this is you're going to get some people saying that everybody else was enabling him for doing it. So that just shows how our culture is. And what Watson talked about in his video a couple days ago, talked about how the feminists are taking this over and to paint all men as these type of predators. Now, let's be 100% clear about this. If this was two guys just fucking with each other at night, and if they were in the military like she was, I mean, she looks like she's in the military, and they just, hit their butts or hit them in the crotch, that it would be just talking about boys being boys. And the fact that she talks about early on that he kissed her, even though it was consensual, he did too much there. So later on, because she didn't like it after that, when they actually did the performance, she turned her head that she believed that this other video or photo was just getting to get back at him. Now, no, we might find out that this guy's been doing this his entire life, especially against women. Although that there are several pictures and videos of Joey Behar grabbing men's crotches. It's something in the comedian thing that they do. Apparently, they like to do this shit to get some sort of comedy out of it. He wasn't doing it in the back room somewhere with just her and him. He clearly had somebody filming that or taking a picture of it. He thought maybe it might be funny. Maybe in the back of his mind he was trying to get it back because she wouldn't allow him to kiss him in the performance, and he needed to do this. I don't know. I don't know enough about him. I don't really care. I don't support him. I don't support his party. This has nothing to do with that. I'm looking at the entire thing. That the fact is, as Watson talked about in his video, that this is going to allow to paint all men this way, and all these people want to come out, the good men come out saying this guy should be in prison for this. You got to be fucking kidding me. And the fact that some of the girls that I follow online are liking these things, no woman should have to go through with it. Let's say, but goddamn, if we're all going to be like this, then all of us are fucking, what's the word is? We're all snowflakes. We clearly are. he shouldn't have done it. But this whole thing that I have to come out and talk about something that happened that it affected me so much. Well, oh God, here we go again. Are you really are you really have the ability to be? I mean, this woman has a good job. It's not like it's really affected that much. Again, he shouldn't do it. And I don't know really what I'm trying to get across out here, but I'm getting tired of it. Like, well, it's on my side if it's a Republican does it, and then we have to bring up what Clinton did. And now if it's a Democrat saying, well, it should be different than Moore did. And I'm like, what? All you're doing is just throwing every man under the bus. And almost all these other men come out there and say, oh, that's so bad. And then we'll find out later on that some of these guys did something stupid in their background as well. It needs to fucking stop. If he should be shunned. He should be called out. If they want to have an ethics panel on this, I mean, that would be stupid in so many ways. Because now you're going to put it out there, and everybody's going to be watching on TV, and everybody's going to talk about how this is how male people's are. Males' behavior is, and this whole thing about toxic masculinity will come out. He'll probably even say it. I have this in me. I can't get rid of it. I'm a male. This is what I do. And it's not going to be good overall. And it's like there's something behind this. Once it was available that after Weinstein came out and things started coming out, these people on the left normally are those who the overroads on the left have been using this to still divide us between females and males. And we thought that maybe third wave feminism had been somewhat halted where it was doing. Not so much, so much in the United States it has, but in Canada it's still crazy up there. All this is going to do is feed them even more. It's going to keep saying that women should have their own trains to be on, or some shit like they do in Japan. This is not good for all of us. It is just not. Like I said, it may come out that this guy's been a serial predator of this. He's been doing shit like this entire life, and maybe he didn't do anything where he actually raped anybody or anything like that. So obviously, if he did stuff like that, he should be in jail. But why are we going down this road saying that because somebody does something that's juvenile, boorish? I mean, unless he was just every day he was texting her and saying, "Remember when I did this to you?" or trying to do something that stopped her from getting the job that she wanted, because she clearly said something like that, although he didn't do this. I don't know if she's a Republican or a Democrat. I don't really care. But this is still about her. This is something that women like to do. There's a part in females. I guess if you're going to say that men sometimes will do stupid shit, like Biden likes to touch too much, let's say, but women are so about the attention being on them, especially when they get later in life. They do not like it because nobody else really pays attention to them. That's the fact of life, women. You know this. And when you have babies, you get pushed to the back. Then you have diseases that come up from that are almost universally tied to women in the fact that they don't get the attention that they feel they deserve. And if you have some sort of defect in your brain, if you have something, you get depressed easily or bipolar or something like that, it will affect you even more, and you do stupid shit where you kill your own kids because you're not getting the attention, or you make them sick so everybody feels sorry for you because all the shit you have to go through. This is almost a universal female thing that nobody wants to talk about this. In fact, we want to give them excuses for why they do this shit, and there are differences between the sexes. I'm not defending what this guy did. I never liked him when he was on SNL. I didn't think he's that talented, to be honest. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to make him to go through ethics things, and then we're going to talk about how Schumer, who I don't really like either at all, he didn't say, well, he should resign because McConnell said that Roy should do. I mean, this is not getting anything done in this country, people. Wake up and look in your own fucking closets. You've done stupid shit in your life. I mean, oh my God. For somebody who has been assaulted by a female, to waking up to a female on top of me, putting myself inside of her, trying to go through the people that I would report to, and I was laughed at for this. And now I'm hearing, and everybody's going to tell her how great she is, how brave she is, all this bullshit about something that happened 11 years ago that means absolutely nothing, that she was, quote unquote, violated. He was an asshole for doing it. Okay, let's shun him. If you think that that's not enough, if you really think that because of this he should lose his job after he'd been voted in by the people of Minnesota, it's stupid to think that way, because this is the same thing that would happen if now when the Democrats are asking to impeach the president. Enough electoral votes was on his side, and we don't want to sway what the opinion of the voters were. Clearly, it would be different if we have proof that he was raping people or something like that, or he was paying off people all the time, regardless on party. I mean, it's just it's going too far again. It's like this is the new Puritan age, and I don't understand why Watson actually retweeted this shit. So he's part of the fucking problem too. When you have 1 million people that look at your videos every fucking day, you're perpetuating it as well. Even though I had this video saying they need to stop it, why don't we just take a fucking step back, like what we didn't do with Duke lacrosse? Let's take a step back. Now he doesn't have a picture of him. Clearly doing something. I don't see that he was actually pushing them, but his hand was close enough, maybe been laid on her chest. It was wrong, okay? The thing is, you have to caveat everything. If I say anything against this, and I'm not saying what she, bringing it out now, I don't know. Maybe she just said, you know what? Everybody else is doing it. Maybe I should talk about it as too. It's, humans need to understand that sometimes what really is considered assault or harassment or just stupid behavior that was no intention of doing it. I don't know. Again, part of her story, she didn't report it to anybody. And maybe she just got upset with everybody just claiming stuff, and she just wanted her. Of course, she's somewhat famous anyways. I don't know. I'm rambling now because it needs to stop. It just does. The people on the left, the feminists, are going to conflate this type of behavior as all men are like this and all have the ability that someday we do shit like this. But I can sit there and make the same type of judgments about women as a gender, what they need to do, how they manipulate men, how they manipulate power, how they get, I'm not going to say sleep their way up to the top, but some of them do. I don't want this divide to continually, the chasm to get wider and wider and wider when we're trying to bring everybody back together. It's just people. They got into this drama, and when they do this, nothing gets solved in this country. We have real issues in this country, and all we're going to do is basically say, is that congressman, is he somebody like that? But you're never going to have anybody sit there and say there's women there that have some sort of perversions like that. No one ever look at them, but every guy it's just too much right now. It's just craziness. Again, I'm not defending him. I love women. No matter how this comes out, people are going to say I am defending him or whatever. I'm not. He shouldn't have done it. But it's like Devin Tracy talks about, you're on a spectrum. You have a guy who's actually a serial rapist, or miscommunication when you're out with somebody, or somebody trying to be a comedy and doing shit like I think he was doing here. Again, like I said, maybe 100,000 women will come out saying he did this to me, and now I had to feel I need to come out and talk about this. Whatever. It doesn't matter to me at this point. My generation is getting old, but this is what I see, and it doesn't help us. And I think that there's something behind it, and it's the same people that have been trying to divide us on race or classes or anything like that. Even though I talk about alt-right in this country on my channel, it's because we're the ones that are actually under attack. But anyway, since the phone is going, I'm going to let go. Just let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll talk about it there. Thank you. Bye.